I think you're supposed to like sip wine, not like gulp it like I be doing. But are you supposed to sip wine or gulp it? Because I be gulping the fuck out of my wine. Y'all, I'm naturally really shy, so I don't know how to talk up. Hey y'all, welcome back to Marie TV, and I'm back with another video for you all. This one's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little subject. It's a little different from the last ones, but tune in because I will be talking about black men and self-hatred. Self-hatred. Black men and self-hatred. The one is kicking in or something. So I'll be talking about black men in the self-hatred paradigm, and my views are basically it's kind of this is just my opinion, and then it's my response to Fresh and Fit. I don't want no smoke with y'all or nothing, but I kind of do want to smoke now. I just think some of the stuff that they say is pretty damaging for the black community. And I get it, like, you have a podcast, you can state your opinion, but when you have a following, I hope I don't have like wine on my lips. When you have a following, you have a responsibility, right? So with that responsibility, like, you can't put out in the world certain things. Well, you can, but you shouldn't put out in the world certain things because you're introducing those things to some people, or you're, in the same sense, like, you're making people feel like that's okay, like that viewpoint is okay, or that is, you're solidifying, that's the word, you're solidifying that type of negative thinking towards other people, and I don't feel like that's right. So I'm gonna talk about it. So I don't listen to them. I don't listen to their podcast. I just, from what I hear, I don't know. From what I hear, I don't like the things that they put out, so I'm not gonna listen to them. But I was on the road this weekend, and I was like, okay, well, let me listen to them interviewing them in an interview with Fragrant, something like that. And it was very interesting. So I only listened to like 12 minutes of it because I couldn't stand it after that. But the 12 minutes, I got 3 key points that I want to talk about. So the first point is, well, not point, but 3 dumb things that they said. Not dumb, but because that's their opinion. 3 damaging things that they said. 3 things I wish they didn't say. Let's just put it that way. So the first thing that they said was that they have standards, so they don't date black women. I can't talk. I cannot talk on camera. I don't know what it is about the camera. It just make me nervous. But so they said that they have standards, so they don't date black women, specifically darkies. And I just wanted to say about that, it's pretty damaging to put that out there, 1, and then 2, it's a reflection of how you feel about yourself at the end of the day. I feel like, I don't know who even said that. I feel like they both just mutually agreed, so I'm talking about both of them. But I feel like for you to say something damaging like that from the black community, as in like, and they try to I don't know, hide it as it just being their preference. And I don't like that, because it's not a preference when you say, oh, we don't date this group of people. You're marginalizing your own group of people to say you don't date them because you have standards. So what you're saying is that black women are subpar. Black women are below standard. That's what you're saying. That's what you're putting out there, and that's what I have a problem with. So, on that note, I want to talk about how the black community has been, I guess, modern day, like, suffering from slavery. Like, some of the long-lasting effects of slavery that are basically, like, solidified in the black community. Like, they're accepted in the black community. And I want to talk about how through slavery and through Jim Crow, we have been forced to believe that we are subpar humans. And we have been forced to believe that something is wrong with us, and that we're aggressive, and that we're unlikable, and that everyone should be scared of us. So we've been feeding this negative narrative to ourselves that, okay, we're subpar, like we're not human. We're not good enough. We're not good enough for the white people. So let's act different. Let's do different. Let's join them. That's basically what I'm getting from the Fresh Fit podcast. Like, let's join them because we're not happy with ourselves. Let's join them because we have internalized that we hate ourselves, right? As a black man, they have internalized that they don't like themselves. Since they don't like themselves, they don't like black women, because that's a reflection of them. That's a part of their culture. That's a part of where they come from. And it solidified this when, I don't know which one it was, the Fresh or Fit said that they grew up in Barbados and that they never got any play, basically. And he had said that whenever he would see a white woman that was a tourist, because white women weren't frequent there, that he would be more attracted to the white woman because she was something different. She would give him attention. And that's another thing. I feel like they never got attention. Fresh or Fit got attention from black women. They have been rejected from black women so much that they have hatred towards them now. They have hatred towards us because we don't seek them out, I guess, as much as other races do. And this has been going on for decades, where we feel like we're not enough, where we start to believe what the white man has told us about ourselves. We're internalizing it so much that we believe that it's true. And then we begin to hate ourselves without even thinking about it. We begin to hate ourselves, and then because black women do it too, we start to put that on the black man or put that on the black woman. And I just have a real problem with them doing this on such a big platform, such as the Fresh and Fit. And another thing, how I know they got rejected from the black woman community is because they said they went from simps to pimps. They went from simps when they weren't getting play from black women to pimps. Now they're getting play from other women. So it's like you don't have to talk bad about a group of people just to make another group of people feel better about themselves or feel more excuse me, I don't got corona, more attractive or more sought out than the other my throat was dry, any other community. Another thing that they said, that I'm just reading some notes because they said a lot, child, was they don't like the ratchet Shaniquas. They might date a red bone, but they don't like the ratchet Shaniquas. And I just wanted to state that within itself tells me that you just don't value black women. Because we're not all Shaniquas. We're not all the ghetto ratchet. We're not all the ghetto ratchet angry black women. Some of us are educated. Some of us are businesswomen, are community leaders, are doing great things. Like, so how could you say just because you have experienced a side of black women that you feel like all black women are like that? And then you're basically justifying and agreeing with the general public, because I feel like the general public views black women as Shaniquas. So for you as a black man to go on a podcast that's that big and to say, oh, we don't date Shaniquas, what does that even mean? First of all, I mean, I know what it means, but like, come on now. That's like me saying I don't date the Quans. Like, and the Quans probably don't like me. You don't have to say that like on a public. It just makes me upset how public that platform is, and how like someone young and impressionable, which probably young and impressionable men are viewing that podcast because those are the only men that probably give a crap about what they're talking about, because what they're talking about, from what I've heard of their podcast, didn't sound very educational to me. Didn't sound like any advice that I would take if I was a man, but you know, it's a story for another day. They're young and impressionable, and they're probably listening to this and like, dang, all black women are angry, all black women are ratchet, all black women are ghetto, all black women are Shaniquas. That's basically what you're confirming to the viewer of your podcast. And I just don't agree with that. I feel like, so I read this article about a man who said, a black man specifically, that said he hated himself because he went on the train, and while he was on that train, no one would sit beside him. Everyone looked at him as if he was like the public enemy because he was black, he was a man. That they viewed him as like aggressive, and they were scared of him, and he was like, damn, I hate myself as a black man because society views me in this light. And you're just perpetuating that viewpoint if you're saying that about black women. If you're saying that about black women, you're just perpetuating that. Instead, you can say what you prefer. That's fine. I prefer white men. I can say that. I'm not going to bring a black man down just because I prefer white men. I prefer Asian men. I can say that. I'm not going to bring anyone else. I'm not going to bring any other group down while I'm stating my preference. The problem is you cannot state your preference and bring another group down like that. And then you have young people listening and people that might be on the fence like, oh, I don't know about black people. And then you say some shit like that. And then it's like, well, it's true. It might as well be true. He said it. They're black men. They know the best, don't they? Another point that I wanted to bring up that they said, and it has sadly become a part of culture. Oh, it's a point I missed out on. I might have said this already, but it's easier to side with the group that hates you and marginalized you if that group is bigger. So the white population is bigger, right? In the United States, generally, wherever you live, black people are minorities, and the white population is the majority. If you're a black man or black woman, and you say, hey, I don't like black people. I think black people are this. I think black people are right. I'm going to be more like the characteristics of a white man or a white woman. And then you side with that group. That's easier than to just state how you feel. Like, state not how you feel, but state truth about the black community. Like, we're all not like this. We're good people. We can be good people. We can be bad people, just like other people. There's nothing different about us by our skin color and our hair texture and our facial features and other stuff. But it's like you can't state that. I don't know. I feel like I'm feeding myself, but I'm just upset. Anyways, the last thing that they said that bothered me the most, I keep saying the most for all of them. All of this shit bothered me, but this bothered me the most probably, for real, is that they don't night ride. And for me, I'm a history bug. I used to love history. I used to pay attention to school in history class, and I love it. Like, I love learning about my past. Not my past, but, you know, my ancestors' past and what we went through as black people and as a black community. That's why stuff like this obsesses me so much. And I'm a sociologist, you know. I got my little degree in sociology. Not shy. I got a little degree in sociology. But it bothers me because, like, as a black African American, whatever you want to call yourself, community, I prefer black. We've been through a lot. And to say you don't night ride, the first thing I thought about was the KKK. And they made a joke in this interview about the KKK, how they just left the rally because they're racist or whatever. That joke wasn't even funny, first of all. Second of all, night rides refers to, if I'm not mistaken, the KKK and how they used to go out at night ride on their horses or whatever they were doing on, I don't care, whatever transportation they had back then, depending on the time period, how they would go and, like, attack black people at night and kill us and lynch us and burn us. So it's like, you don't night ride? Okay. Do you know what that refers to? Because if you know, you're going to be saying all that. You know what I'm saying? You would know better. But I want to talk about why we hate ourselves so much. I keep going back to the subject because it's just, I feel like in slavery, right, we were taught to hate ourselves. We were taught that we were animals, we weren't human, we were property, we weren't good enough, we weren't smart, we weren't nothing. Basically, we were nothing. And I feel like we have internalized that through generations, through decades and centuries of being here. We have internalized that. So now we feel that way about ourselves. Okay, we're nothing. We're subpar. That's why we'll take shitty-ass jobs and we'll take shitty-ass education and we'll be okay with that. Because we feel like we don't deserve better. We feel like what they give us, we should be grateful for. No. We should, in the perfect world, be equal. We're humans, right? But instead, we heard it so much and we went through it so much, we started to believe it. And we started going against each other. That's why it's light skin and dark skin beef. Where do you think light skin and dark skin beef came from? Being in the house and being on the field. That's where it came from. So, for me, I really take issue with how their podcast is only, like, saying negative things about black women, and I don't agree with it. Granted, I agree that you can state your opinion, but state your opinion without dragging other people down. State your opinion without stating historical things that have happened that have killed black people. Like, state your opinion and not bring other people down. I don't know. But state your opinion, but make it not so terrible. I don't know. I need to build my vocabulary up because I'm like, what? I don't know what to say. But, yeah, I just think it's pretty sad how it's become a part of culture to hate ourselves and to not want more for ourselves and to believe these negative stereotypes about ourselves, how we can't do it. We're not smart like white people. If you talk and you seem like you have an education, you're talking white, right? If you're dark skinned, you're a woman or a man, you have to be aggressive. If you're light skinned, you have to be sensitive. Like, you have to have light skin privilege. I'm going to talk about that in another video about light skin privilege because I know that as a light skin person, what's the word? Why can't I think of the word? I've had a long day. My car broke down. I'm over an hour away. I'm congested. I'm having a night. But I wanted to sit down and make this video. But I feel like as a community, we just need to get better, honestly. We just need to get better. There's a lot of things that are said and are done that are put out in the public that only support the divide in the black community, that only support discrimination, honestly. You can be black and be racist. You can be black and be racist to your own community, because I just saw it in the Fresh&FIT Podcast. You definitely can. What's the definition of racism? Pull it up. It's how y'all congested. Ooh. Racism is prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on their belief that one's own race is superior. The belief that all members of each race possess characteristics or abilities specific to that race, especially so as to distinguish it as inferior or superior to another race or races. So yeah, if you feel like black women are inferior to white women and you're a black man, that's racist, in my opinion, and according to Google Dictionary. Thank you again for tuning in to Marie TV. I greatly appreciate it. I will have more videos like this, entrepreneurship, coming soon. Every Tuesdays and Saturdays, tune in. I will have another one for you guys. I'm gonna read a fucking dictionary because I don't know why I couldn't think of a lot of words when I was recording this video. I'm also under a lot of stress though because my car broke down and I got 2 young children. It is cold. Why is it so cold in the South? I mean, it's Virginia. It's not like the South, but it was cold. It's really cold. But yeah, I'll be posting every Tuesday and Sunday, so tune in. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you want to subscribe. I can't talk. This video is probably terrible, but hey, I hope you learned something from it. Be kind, be sweet, be spread kindness out to the world, because there's a lot of evil going on. Be the light in somebody's life today, and that's all for me.